Jayendra Thakkar, Judge, Allahabad High Court. We have Honorable Professor Dr. Bhagwati Prakash Sharma, Vice Chancellor, Gautam Buddha University. I now welcome Dr. Mamta Sharma, HOD, School of Law, Justice and Governance, to give the introduction.
A very good evening to all present here. Honorable Chair of the Session, Professor Bhakti Prakash Sharma, our Vice Chancellor, sir. Chief guest of today's program, Honorable Dr. Justice KJ Thakur. Guest of Honorable Justice Anvijay Singh. Distinguished guest, Ambassador Shri Narendra Singh. Professor Dr. Rama Sharma and Dr. Akshay Singh. Respected faculty members of GBU and my dear participants and students. I, Dr. Mamta Sharma, on behalf of Gautam Buddha University, extend a warm welcome to you all to the valedictory session of this August academic event ever, first National Virtual Moot Court Competition 2020. This event has provided an excellent opportunity to the young law students to learn legal skills and train them into the art of advocacy. Indeed, this was a matter of great honor for the School of Law, Justice.
Honorable Dr. Bhagwati Prakash Sharma, Vice Chancellor, Gautam Buddha University, to address the audience.
It gives me pleasure and pride to welcome the Honorable Justice Dr. Jayendra Thakkar. It was interesting. Shri Narendra, His Excellency, the President, Director, Institute, Professor A.P. Singh, and Dr. Deep, all the delegates, esteemed faculty members, and participating students. Indeed, since 24th March, we have been organizing seminars. And initially, we are focused largely on economic issues, thinking or apprehending that since India is having almost per day $8 billion of GDP contribution, and when during this lockdown period, I think we must be suffering a loss of around 40 to 45,000 crores of rupees every day. After that, just it emerged to my mind that since China had a responsibility to inform the WHO of this virus, which was first time identified or detected in China as early as on 17th November, and thereafter it kept on misguiding the world. So we just organized two webinars on liability of China for coronavirus under international laws. And just when we had our second such webinar, it emerged to my mind that why can't we organize a moot court? Though I am not from legal fraternity, so I have very little understanding of the moot court, but still it emerged to my mind, and I discussed it with our Dean School of Law, Justice and Governance, and then with Dr. Sharma. And they were also quite enthusiastic. And with that, we conceived the idea of holding this online moot court. I think up till now, hardly 4 to 5 such moot courts must have been organized. So I convey my heartfelt gratitude to all the guests who are here. The Honorable Justice Kaushal Jayendra Thakur, Honorable Justice Anant Vijay Singh, all the dignitaries who have spared their valuable time. And I also compliment and congratulate the participating teams who have from the length and breadth of the country registered for this event and have participated in the day hours when I was just having a view of the YouTube live.
Chairman, International Law Commission, and Special Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. Professor Dr. Manoj Sinha, Director, Indian Law
the creativity that you require for the purpose of keeping everything in order is tremendous. So I take this opportunity to congratulate the organizers and Gautam Buddha University School of Law for organizing this kind of an event, which to my understanding is probably first of its own kind. I haven't heard a virtual moot court being organized in too many universities and colleges within NCRE. We have over 2 dozen universities and law colleges in this region, and I have heard only a few of such events being organized. So congratulations once again. During last 35 years, two things are clearly noticeable in the field of law. One, that after 1980, 30 years back, say during 1980s, law courses were used to be those courses where you would go when you have not been able to take admission either in medicine or engineering or management. It used to be the last resort for a law student. But during last 30 years, after that endless experiment, something new that happened in this field is that now the best of the brains compete for admission into law colleges. In my own law school, I have seen a few students leaving medical and even IITs to join law courses. So this is one which has happened, something new, that best of brains and best of material is getting attracted towards law. The other thing that has happened to legal field is that we have been slowly and increasingly realizing that teaching law is not all teaching information. This realization is dawning on us that law ultimately is a matter of uh, collecting, mastering a set of skills. And when I say skills, I say it with a lot of, you see, concrete idea, as a concrete idea. Just take an example. I give you a book of say 200 pages. The name of the book is Theories of Swimming. So you read the book from page to page, cover to cover, and then I ask you to take a jump into the swimming pool. You will obviously be looking at my face. Oh, how can I swim? Because I have not practiced it. Friends, this realization has increasingly been dawning on us that law is a matter of mastering certain set of skills. And therefore, there are a lot of emphasis now during all these years on subjecting a student to skill gathering or skill orientation. So we have moot court competitions, but kite counseling sessions, a lot of professional skill developmental activities, uh, term paper writing, internships, and several other areas. I mean, I was working on a coursework recently with reference to my own law school, and we have jotted down roughly a dozen elements where we are expected to expose the students in which they shall develop their skills. So this has become a matter of developing skills, and moot court has apparently emerged as the top notch thing as far as evolution of technical skills is concerned in lawyering process, because this is an area which requires probably many more dimensions than any other skill. For example, as Professor S.K. Singh was talking about, apart from your knowledge of law, you also need to have good oratorial skills, the way you articulate your questions, your answers. I mean, the way you deliver the argument to convince the judge sitting in front of you and take decision in your favor. all this is something which is a matter of practice. So I believe that this kind of competitions, these kind of competitions are really going to uh, develop a new generation of lawyers, which actually people of my age, Professor S.K. Singh, bearing out on this, are really, when we see students arguing in front of the courts, we are amazed as to the amount of understanding of law and the amount of creativity in arguments and the amount of preparedness to answer questions is there amongst the students. The kind of communication skills that they have, it is something wonderful. So we have a lot of faith in this upcoming generation, and I believe that this generation is going to contribute tremendously in the process of delivering justice to the common man, actually preparing the whole system, orienting the whole system for the purpose of delivering better justice for the common man. Thank you so much for inviting me and allowing me to share my views. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom. I would now like to welcome Professor Dr. Manoj Sinha to give the special address.
Thank you very much. Honorable Justice Dr. Justice Kausal Jayendra Thakur, Judge Allahabad High Court. Honorable Justice Anand Vijay Singh, Member National Company Law Tribunal and former Judge Jharkhand High Court. Honorable Vice Chancellor Bhagwati Prakash Sharma, Gautam Buddha University. Professor S.K. Singh, Dean, Gautam Buddha University. Sri Narendra Singh Ji, Dr. Pradeep Chaudhary, Professor A.P. Singh, and all the colleagues online, available online. It's a great honor and privilege for me to join all of you in two occasions. The first in the morning while judging the students in the final round, and today what I have witnessed there are a lot of judges who are together, around 20-25 judges, I believe, simultaneously going through the final round. In most of the final round, we see when offline moot court competition takes place, generally 3 judges. So this is a new opportunity which has been rightly used. Let me just begin with one important point, which Dr. Pradeep Chaudhary has also highlighted. The way the Gautam Buddha University and those who are involved in this particular program thought about a problem. Problem is very contemporary. It's like, so very contemporary. It happened in the March, like, and it started picking up. And then today in June, you have brought a problem which, like, international community contemplating, many states, many international scholars are thinking, contemplating, is it possible to drag China before any international body like International Court of Justice or other places? So these are the questions are there. So I was like, it was very wonderful experience when I saw the problem, and problem was so nicely drafted. All the important issues were identified under that particular problem. The second point which I have in my mind, why importance of the moot court competition? I see there are two, three important points which I feel personally very important. We have to take note of uh, participation of students in the moot court competition. Generally, in the moot court competition, students are from the second year or third year. Very few students from fourth year, and finally fifth year, no students participate in the moot court competition. So they are between the second year and beginning of the fourth year maximum. So it's a second year, third year students participate. And in most of the university, the public international law paper is being taught in the third year, end of the third year semester, not in the beginning of the third semester. The problem which you have placed today is largely on the international law issues. And so the moot court provides a platform which enhances the skill, research skill of the students. They go deeper on that particular subject, and which can be further strengthened by highlighting, I'm 100% sure, including me also, we never bothered about much about the functioning of WHO. WHO Constitution, International Health Regulations of 2005. As a human rights scholar, as a scholar of international law, we focused more on the environment law, we focused more on the trade law, we focused more on the human rights normative framework, but not on the, so if I have to teach right to health, I focus on the Article 12 of the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights, Article 39E of the Constitution, 47 of the Constitution, and 21 correlate with the right to health. And then we say the right to health is a fundamental right. We never focus on WHO. So entire, like, those who participated from the early, from the preliminary round to the final round, might have noticed that students were highlighting particularly notification aspect, that is Article 6 and Article 7 of the international health regulations. So they were so thorough. These students, I'm sure these students will have no idea about the international health regulations in January or month of December, but you have compelled them to search for material and find out, and they developed a skill to present so effectively before all of us. Nobody can say they are the new, like, just acquired the knowledge in couple of days. So it's a very in-depth, they do this study. So in the moot court competition, when research, it's a research skill they develop, and same times it's an analysis capacity. So they analyze, and they in many moot court competition, they argue for the both sides. So they have to prepare themselves from the both sides, for the appellant side, for the respondent side, and they argue from the both sides. So that we have seen in the moot court competition. So research, enhancing research skill is very important, and research skill also lead to the another important aspect, which is very essential under the moot court competition: oral skill. So moot court, competition develops uh, an habit or a scholarly habit among the students for the research as well as the communication skill. That is two important component we find in the moot court competition. The team work in a very systematic, cooperative manner. So researcher will do the research, or the person who is going to argue divide. So work is divided in a very smooth manner in the team. So it develops also a culture in the mooting habit. So so these are the things are very beneficial. Of course, like the students, as Professor Singh has mentioned, that only the 2-3 teams will come. First will be winning team and 2 runners team maximum. But I believe that participation, moot court participation itself gives them it's a beginning of a journey where every team I consider they are successful. They might have not got cup or something, but by participation itself, they have earned a knowledge. They have developed an understanding on a particular subject, which is going to stay with them for the longer period, and that also helps them to shaping their area. So the young boys and girls who participated today in a moot court competition, I'm sure in future they will look into different aspects, including responsibility of a state for the internationally wrongful acts, then also international health regulation, functioning of WHO, Convention on Racial Discrimination Convention, International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. So a lot of areas they become familiar, and that will help them also in future to choose and decide what line they take. Just to end, I think today these students, that is the reason I asked also about the mandate of International Law Commission. And today we have two honorable members in the valedictory function, and particularly they were very instrumental and they played very important role in the International Commission. And His Excellency Dr. Narendra Singh, he was there as the member of the International Law Commission for 8 years. He also chairman of the International Law Commission, Dr. Pradeep Chaudhary. So students who have referred in the morning about the state responsibility, draft article of state responsibility, I may ask them immediately. So they were privileged to have two important persons who actually involved in the drafting of state responsibility under the International Law Commission. I think I would like to end by thanking Professor S.K. Singh, Rama Sharma for event.
Now, traditionally, international law was felt to be a law which governed relations among states only. But increasingly, during the last century, we have seen that individuals
go through one book, which reference was made by my Logist Ananda Chandru 2 weeks back when he addressed the NASA students about this virtual court and future after pandemic and the role in the judiciary, where he mentioned about one book that is Online Courts and the Future of Justice by Professor Richard Susskind. It is published by Oxford University. He's a professor in Oxford University and also a technical advisor to the Chief Justice of the United Kingdom. Just, it is such a marvelous book. So it gives a new insight why we have to go to shift some of our most of our proceedings on online and virtual courts. Because even if this crisis subsides, stay now this virtual court will come to stay, and at least 30-40% work of the court will be through virtual means. So we have to be more technological friendly, and we have to adopt, and we have to also see how the technology is growing in this sector. Virtual court with artificial intelligence will take care of the future litigation of which is coming before this court. Having said this, now I come to the fact which was mentioned by the Honorable Vice Chancellor about the role of NCLAT, and over to China, 2008, dealt with the entity problem. One thing we must keep in view that our is a functional democracy and we are governed by rule of law. The eminent political scientists might have said it is a functional anarchy, but it's still rule of law. And by what? And in this business transaction, like China, it is not only banks have been made stakeholder. There are other stakeholders like they have their can be taken place, and to this bankruptcy law, which have worked well, which came into existence in June 2016 only, it is working well. The interest of different stakeholders in the business and corporate sector is being taken care of. The government thing, and the second thing is that if all banks are made, debt are being written off and they have converted into equity and made power in the industry, then government finance of the bank, the government cannot mention to it. This is the, because on this corona and other things we are our growth rate was slow and we have a very huge population and the bank have their NPA problem and other things. The government is not positioned to recapitalize it. So taking all this fact, now they have come with ordinance whereby they have put a moratorium of 6 months for not taking fresh cases for insolvency, which may be extended to 1 year. Let us see how it works. In between, new solutions, if the problems arise further, new solutions will be found. So far, the level of students who participated in this work, everybody have raised. Professor Avinash has mentioned about the remarkable improvement in the quality of the legal education. Sir, I agree with you. Definitely, when after introduction of 5 years law, it has become more organized and quality have been increased. But just like inequality in the society, there is a huge inequality in the legal field also. There are only 50 law colleges with 5-year course. The course of students are very some they're talking like that. About the Mufassir colleges, more than 700, they are producing large number of graduates. And we are in a democracy. And then the Advocate Act, the Bar Council of India is having all the powers. So this is now the right time because of Corona, they are taking open this legal sector also we have. After this globalization and WTO agreement, all the sectors, including finance and chartered account, that have been open, where our graduates are participating, they are human resources. But the law field, because of resistance by the Bar Council, has not been open because that where there the number matters, and most of these two law graduates or the practicing advocates from the Mufassir and others, they are scared if the sector is open, the foreign forms will be coming, will be taking over the system. But that is not the reality. Rather, they will be employing our law graduates, other things. So gradually, but the things are moving now. The Supreme Court have also said commercial arbitration, the foreign comes, they can participate. They are engaging some graduates of our place, but still it will take some more time. Things may move. This has also given opportunity to open this sector so that more and more opportunity comes. Having said that, I will also come to the points which have been referred by the Honorable Ambassador Narendra Singh. Why this is happening? Nobody is mentioning that the entire power balance of the world has changed. We may blame China, but nobody is in position to take any action against because China is not only the superpower, but because of the events of things of last 30 years when this globalization started, that is the real the power of supply chain of the cheap and other things. We think of our trades. Why government changed it only and then given the Honorable Prime Minister given the slogan of Atmanirbhar of the same. At least our pharmaceutical industries, automobiles, electronic goods, everything dependent on the supply chain of the China, where the raw material comes and we only assemble it. These things have to be taken care of. Secondly, this, after the First World War and the Second World War, Committee of Nations came into existence that 70 years. That also requires a lot of reform. And the indication already been started. Only this week, the American president has showed inclination, invited the Honorable Prime Minister to attend the G7 meeting. Now G7 will become G12, which is today's newspaper mentioned China is opposing it. So, and the WHO is under that, how they have played the role, that is coming in the newspaper, why they have put a weak director general there who is working with China, trying to protect it. These all things require reforms where the skills of lawyers and more students of international law will be required. Similarly, in our domestic front, this is the first experience we don't have pandemic. Anybody don't have a recorded history. It was way back in 1918 during First World War. So nobody of that generation is staying. So we have very archaic law. Hats off for this Disaster Management Act, which came into 2005 and 6, which is taken care of. We require a dedicated law where the role of the law commission and other things will come into effect, and the students will be forced to, will have more areas for research and to research into and to submit their views. So with these words, I again thank the Gautam Buddha University for giving me the opportunity to participate in this, and I'm thankful I participated in, this program, and look forward for more interaction, and hope that more and more moot court and other things will be organized on different subjects by this university. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now invite the chief guest, Honorable Dr. Justice Kaushal Jayendra Thakur, to give the special address. He is the judge, Allahabad High Court.
Good evening, all. I hope I am audible, madam. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are.
Yes.
You are, sir.
Thank you. Before I begin, special thanks to all the organizers. As I'm very clear, when I attended my first moot court in 1985, there were only 2 moot court competitions which were held in the country. One was the International Moot Court Competition at Pondicherry, and the second was organized by the Bar Council of India. The topic which has been posed today would have deterred many law schools or law colleges because of 3 reasons. One, the topic itself, as Dr. Manoj Kumar Sinha ji said, that international law is a very difficult subject. Students don't learn it in the first or the second or the third year. In our times, Manoj ji, let me tell you, you are quite young to us. International law was never a subject in law colleges. It was introduced only after this 5-year law course came into. But let me tell you that like today, the Government Law College, Bombay, in those days also had sent its best students. One was a nephew of Mr. Was belonging to the families of Tatas. I still remember her name, Veera Tata, who had won away the trophies in that year with one Mr. Pesi Modi, belonging to the solicitor's family. Now, before I begin the other aspects, the odious task which DFE has given me to declare the winner the runner-up, the best memorial, and the best mooter. The best mooter was one Miss Aparna Raju. All the congratulations to Aparna Raju. Are you hearing me, Aparna? All the very best to you in your life as one of the best mooters. The best memorial again was from.
Sir, sir, kindly wait.
Yeah.
There's a presentation. Yeah. Sir.
Yeah. The best memorial again was by Aparna Raju and R. Harikrishnan.
Thank you, sir.
Now that they must have, now having felt that the best mooter was Aparna Raju and best memorial was also from the Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law University, they, as usual, normally as budding lawyers, you would feel that the judge would have voted in your favor. But let me tell you, young man and young lady, what you see in the courtrooms is much different than what you have seen in your college days. And therefore, unfortunately, you are the runners-up. Both Aparna Raju and R. Harikrishnan of the Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law College. I congratulate you. Do I go ahead or do I wait?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I congratulate, and I do not subscribe to the view of the professor of Three Idiots that second has not to be remembered. At times, even if you are second, if you made your point, a senior will tap your shoulder and say, young man, you have done your best. That is what I would request all the participants to look forward in your life. And the winners are, as usual, the Government Law College, Mumbai.
Thank you so much, sir.
Shreyans Jain and
Thank you,
Tanya
sir.
Chib.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Shreyans and Tanya are on the web, and I would congratulate you and your professors, because I don't know whether now you people yourselves prepare your memorials or still your lecturers prepare them. Because when I was defeated, I was indirectly told that my professors have prepared the memorials. And unfortunately, in Gujarat, international law was not taught. We did not have many lawyers who would guide us. There were very few of them. So we were left on our own. But now that things are different. Rightly said that there should be 7 C's. I would add one more, which he has maybe deliberately not used it. Being in the legal profession, but an academician, it is compassion for your clients, which is lacking these days in young blood. The reason is, as Avnish Pratap Singh said, the 7th C has taken predominance. Why? Why? In our times, as my colleague at the bench rightly said, that there were very few law colleges. And the study of law college in those days, all those of us who have grown grey would believe and accept that our fees, rather year fees, around a 4-digit or 5-digit figure. Yours run into 6 figures. And therefore, now in the legal profession, the seventh C has taken predominance. That is most unfortunate. All the 5-year students, if you take out the biodata and if you have a feedback, only 1% come to what I call as the litigation side. Most of them like to have what I would call fat partnerships in big firms, which is a drawback of the 5-year law course. May that as it may be. The second thing which would have deterred you was the subject. See, I don't know which year both of you are, maybe third year or the fourth year. And as Dr. Sinha said, international law, forget private or public. And even if it is taught, आपने शायद जो बेसिक किताबें होगी ब्राउनी की या सैंड्स की वो पढ़ी होगी. And now, as he says, therefore that would have deterred you. Second, 3 people in the country don't like virtual. One are your politicians. Second are the actors. And third are the lawyers. Because nobody would pat their back coming out saying, oh, young man, you have done well. I would not take much time because enough has been spoken on all the other subjects. Pandemic, conventions, all has been taken care of by experts, and I would not throw any light on that. I would congratulate you and leave you all there. All the very best in your future careers.
Thank you, sir.
And 1 minute. And congratulations to all the 68 participants and plus 68 plus the other 34 who must have accompanied you in making your task slightly simpler, who would be in your place next year after you have cleared out your law colleges. All the very best to all of you, and even to the 34th person, we should not feel dismayed because this is not the end, this is yet the beginning. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, and good evening. Have good weekend. Enjoy the fruits of your moot courts. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable
And
time.
it was really a pleasure hearing all the speakers, especially Manoj Kumar Sinha, Navinder Singh, Utkarsh Singh, Avnish Pratap,
Thank
both the madams, Mamta ji and Rama ji, and the compounder, D.F. Doyle.
Thank you, sir.
I congratulate all of you. Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening.
I would now like to welcome Dr. Akshay K. Singh, co-convener, to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Rife. A very good evening to all of you. I, Dr. Akshay, feel this opportunity to give a vote of thanks, honoring those who have tirelessly led support to us in multiple ways to make this and to mention specifically, it was a first virtual court exercise by the School of Law, Justice and Emergence of Gautam Buddha University. And this exercise was undertaken under the severe compulsion of the ongoing turbulent situation, as we are on the brink of existential threat due to grave challenge posed by outbreak of noxious COVID-19. And that is why we were forced to try our hands into the alien terrain virtual world. Fortunately, we have had a terrific experience into that. Ladies and gentlemen, I must briefly trace the background before expressing our deep gratitude. As this whole exercise was kicked off, seeking great insight and stimulation of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Bhagwati Prakash Sharma, under incredible leadership of his school's dean, Professor S.K. Singh. A dedicated team of faculty members and research scholars of the school, endowed with a high energy, left no stone unturned to accomplish the objective of this event. As we mentioned earlier, we owe our indebtedness to a number of eminent personalities, administrator, educator, and team members of this splendid exercise. I, on behalf of the School of Law, Justice and Economics of Gautam Buddha University, express my deep sense of gratitude to our distinguished chief guest of today's valedictory session, Honorable Justice Dr. K.J. Thakur. I am thankful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation and sparing valuable time with us and enlightening with your thought-provoking ideas on international law, encouraging the participating teams, the winners, the runner-ups, and also leaving behind a message that who they have lost are not supposed to lose their hope. We are highly indebted to the guest of honor and distinguished judge of the final session, Honorable Justice Anant Vijay Singh, member National Company Law Tribunal and former Judge, Jharkhand High Court, for being with us, sir. We are immensely thankful for your kind words and precious time. A special thanks to our special guest, Investor Sri Narendra Singh, former chairman, International Law Commission, who played a decisive role in shaping the event. Your support in opening program, jumping because of the inaugural session, set back and rolling. We are highly obliged to you, sir. I extend my gratefulness to our special guest, Professor Manoj Sinha, Director, Indian Law Institute. We are thankful to you, sir, for engaging our participant on a particular session, the final session, and for contextually stimulating ideas pertaining to international law. I express my sincere gratitude to Professor A.P. Singh, Dean, University School of Law and Legal Studies, Guru Gobind Singh, Indraprastha University, for being extremely cordial, cooperative in conducting this whole research. Thank you very much. I owe my indebtedness to our special guest of today's valedictory session, Dr. Pradeep Chaudhary, former Joint Secretary and Chief Legal Advisor, Ministry of External Affairs, for lending his decisive and understanding support led by the highest authority of the university, of course, our Vice Chancellor, Honorable Bhagwati Prakash Sharma, in innumerable ways, who constantly encouraged us and others involved in some meaningful but global academic engagement.
The name of few which I can remember is Udit Pandit, Diffie, Swati, Akriti Mathuran, Akriti Daksh, Akriti Squire, Anant, and others. जिसके नाम मैं नहीं ले पा रहा हूँ, मुझे क्षमा करेंगे, आप समझिए कि मैंने उनके नाम ले लिए। तो ये कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं जिनकी मदद से ही ये सारा कार्यक्रम मैं कर सका, और भविष्य में मुझे उम्मीद है कि इस तरह के और भी आयोजन हम लोग करेंगे और भी लोगों के साथ हमको मिलेंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जो जिन लोगों ने इस कार्यक्रम में भागीदारी की। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Over to you, Diffie.
Thank you so much, everyone. We were truly honored to have all of you today. And with this, we come to an end of the valedictory session. And thank you so much, everyone, again, and have a wonderful day.
National anthem होना चाहिए। Diffie?
Yes, sir.
And then national in the end. Have you any arrangement?
We can sing. We can sing, sir.
You can sing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We are standing up and singing national anthem.